What's going on, good people? It's your man Flippin' Lincoln here. And today, while I'm heading to work, thoughts on my mind are performance versus preference and kind of price. And I mean that in the sense of you have individuals out there who love Jaguars or Mercedes or BMW, Lincolns, Cadillacs. That's a preference. That's their preference. And I mean performance by, is the vehicle really better or worse than the other? You know, like a lot of people said in the past, I've heard mechanics say, or just older individuals, you know, if you buy a Jaguar, buy two, because one will always be in the shop. Look at the old joke, you know, or, you know, with Lincoln, stankin' Lincoln, stuff like that, you know, got that stankin' Lincoln running around, you know, always something, and so on and so forth, you know. Certain people don't drive certain things because, you know, other background, other cultural differences, as far as like Mercedes or BMW, something like that. But are any of these car companies, as far as their actual vehicles, what they actually put out, are there any really differences? Are there any real differences between what they actually give you, as far as safety, gas mileage, actual real performance? You know, if you go dollar for dollar. Or is there really any difference? And comfort. Most of all, comfort and reliability. Mercedes, BMWs, Jaguars, all European vehicles they all can be pricey when things break. But in the same token, Cadillacs and Lincolns can be very expensive when they break. You know, and I mean very expensive. So, me myself, I'm a Lincoln fan. I have 4 Lincolns myself, range from 1994 to 2000, and I would love to get me a newer one at some time in the future, and a whole bunch of older ones in between. I am a true Lincoln fanatic. I definitely love the vehicle. I think they're durable. I think they come with some of the best powertrains overall. There is a difference between a Lincoln powertrain, in my personal opinion, humble opinion, that there's a big difference between a Lincoln powertrain and a Ford powertrain. I truly believe that. And in my experience with the 20 vehicles I've owned in my life of all makes, models, I've owned Chryslers, I've owned Fords, Mercurys, owned a Honda once, and I do mean once. I'm not opposed to Hondas, don't get me wrong. I'm not opposed to Toyotas, too tough. More Toyota than Honda, I would say, but I'm opposed to. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But is there really a main difference on the luxury market? You know, Lincoln Town Car for years was the safest vehicle on the planet, super reliable, except for the air ride was the biggest things. And also with Ford, they're notorious. I think the transmissions are weaker than the engines. In my opinion, in my experience, you will throw a transmission in a Ford Motor Vehicle, Ford Motor Company vehicle quicker than you will the engine. So those are some of the things that Cadillacs, you know, leak oil, every last one of them, especially that North Star. It's probably arguably to me, one of the worst engines, you know, GM ever put out. But if you're talking about flat out performance, a North Star, when it really got its foothold in the I think the 94 or something like that, STS Cadillac, it was actually because STS is considered, or was considered at the time, a sports a sedan, a coupe sedan, or sports sedan. I'm sorry, sports sedan, and it was rated against the Mercedes, and it actually beat out Mercedes back when it first debuted. It outperformed Mercedes, and it's fast. They're quick. They are very quick cars. A lot of people don't realize that Cadillac STS is quick. Do not run up on one that's in good shape. You might get your doors blown off. I'm not talking from a dig. I'm talking from a roll. If you're going 40, 50 miles an hour, you pull up on one of them STSs, you get your butt walked. I mean, just being real with you, you will get walked. And if you look on the American market, you know, town car is not meant for speed, it's meant for comfort. You know, it has a very, very, very durable single overhead cam engine that is pretty much 300,000 miles you can put on it with ease, without any major internal brakes. I don't mean out drag racing, but it will get you from point A to point B in a level of comfort and class, for that matter. So my bet is always going to be on a Lincoln Town car over, you know, Cadillac. Now, I've never owned a Mercedes yet, BMW or Jaguar, but I'm a Jaguar fan. I've been a Jaguar fan since I was a teenager and a young man. When I was in my 20s, I actually wanted to buy a late, I would say mid-80s Jaguar XJS V12. It's in this guy's yard. I lived in Huntsville, Alabama at the time, and I had the money. I had the money to make him an offer on it, and literally the day I came by, he said he sold it. 2 days later, the guy was coming to pick it up that Friday, and I was like, oh wow. And he said, yeah man. He said, I'm sorry. I said, okay. I said, all right, cool. But I still have always had my eye on one, and the closest I've gotten to having my V12 coupe thus far in my life is my 94 Mark 8, which I believe is one of the best interiors overall I've ever sat in any vehicle I've ever owned as far as a coupe. Now, I tell you this, side note, the 2002 Oldsmobile Bravada, I think has the prettiest and most well-designed interior of any SUV I've ever been in, hands down. I'm right now riding a 2000 Lincoln Navigator, and that Bravada, Oldsmobile Bravada 2002, had a far better interior than this one. And I think a better design interior, slightly better interior than when they went to the Gen 2s, the Gen 2 Navigator as well. I think that was just a gorgeous interior, very comfortable, just a very, very good riding vehicle. Straight six, mixed feelings on it. But anyway, I digress. So I would like to know from y'all, like, is it performance or preference? Because you can spend $100,000 on Mercedes, you can spend $100,000 on a Lincoln, you can spend $100,000 on BMW, Jaguar, etc. You can do all those things. You can get a custom built car from the factory and spend $100,000 on any of them, Cadillac, whatever. You can do all that. Mine is preference, and I've owned enough Lincolns to understand the performance they come with. You know, and I enjoy the performance I get out of them, and I definitely enjoy the reliability. I've never had any major, as far as mechanical malfunctions. You know, a lot of times older vehicles, you run into sensor issues more than mechanical issues. So I think now, like in my Navigator, I need to do a O2 sensor swap. I need to change the O2 sensors out, and I think that's what I need to do next. Air filter, mask, and probably air filter. And I might change the mass airflow sensor out as well while I'm there. But I'm gonna double check and might try some cleaner on it first. But I'm always a little iffy on the cleaner part. Hold on. I majorly digressed today about this video. But you know what? What it comes down to at the end of the day, well today, not at the end of the day, but at the end of this video is what you choose. Is it really performance or preference and dollar amount? And definitely chime in the comments. Let me know what y'all favorite car is. What's something that you stand by, stand on, and ride with till the wheels fall off as far as a brand. No matter what it is. I don't care if it's Alfa Romeo. If you're from Italy or wherever and you like an Alfa Romeo, you think you've had great success with them, hey, definitely chime in. Let me know what your preferences are. In fact, put in the comments your favorite cars you own thus far in your life. Tell me your favorites. Tell me what's going on. All right, you guys, have a good one. I'm sorry this video is a little wonky. Like I say, a lot on your mind sometimes when you get to drive 25, almost 30, no, pretty much 30 minutes to work. You know, got time to digress. I definitely did that. But either way it goes, you good people, have a great night. If y'all working tonight, have a great night. If you're at home, get some rest. Take care of them families. You're single, take care of yourself like you got a family. Y'all have a good one now. Talk to you later.